Warning!
Welcome back to Kyoto, everyone! I am the MoeChicken, and we are back with the Portopia Serial Murder Case. In the last episode, let's see, what did we do? We investigated about Mr. Kawamura, who apparently had some sort of, argument with Kozo. We learned from, Okuyui that apparently Kozo and Kawamura were previously, con men. And Kawamura was blackmailing Kozo about his previous dealings. So that gives a pretty good lead, or pretty good motive for Kawamura to have done it, but unfortunately we don't know where Kawamura is. At the same time, we got a phone call from Yukiko that said that her dad, Mr. Hirata, who is another suspect right now, had left behind a phone number which was a Kyoto phone number. We actually came out to Kyoto to call it. Once we came here, it was a hotel, and the hotel said that the last they heard of him when he was checking out was that he was going to a place called Amitabha Peak. So we're going there now. Let's check it out. Amitabha Peak. Oh. Ooh. Boss, it's terrible. It's Mr. Hirata, hanging by his neck. Yeah, I see that, Yasu. So Mr. Hirata was the culprit after all. He killed Kozo, and then took his own life. In this weirdly pleasant... everything about this looks bizarre. It's like look at this picture is such a, aside from the man hanging from his neck, right there, in black, this looks like a scene that could have been in, a children's computer game from, when I was a kid, or, an Apple IIe. But there's just a dead dude! This is so weird! Ugh! It's creepier because it's not creepy. You know, it's like, this scene looks so pleasant, except for the dead person. Whoa! First of all, I'm sorry if anyone out there is disturbed by images like this. I apologize. It's intense in that it's not intense, which makes it more intense. I don't know. Very strange. But let's keep going, I guess. The sad ending. The case has been solved. Please command me to close the case, boss. Alright, so here's an interesting thing. So, at any point, you can go down here, click close case, if you think you have the solution. I'm not convinced yet. Let's investigate a little bit more. Because this man was also heavily in debt. There's no guarantee that he necessarily killed anyone other than himself, ostensibly. Alright, let's check this dead body. Clearly, he hanged himself. I think it's probably how he died. Alright, cause of death. Death by suffocation from hanging. Alright, Yasu, I'm just making sure. Check the grass around him. Maybe there's something in the grass, but I'd have to take a better look using the magnifying glass to be sure. This is the only time the game is going to give me a clue that I'm supposed to use the magnifying glass. Alright, let me check the grass. Oh, I don't want to look down here. There. You do it, Yasu. Oh, he seems to have left a note. Okay. Well, you see, maybe this will help. Tell me about this note. Well, then I'll hold on to this as a piece of evidence. We're going to look at it, though. Come on. What does the note say? Note. It looks like a suicide note. It says, I can't handle all this debt any longer. But it says nothing about having murdered Kozo. Yeah, Yasu, that's why we didn't close the case. Alright, well, we gotta report this. We also gotta tell Yukiko that her dad's dead. Oh, goodness. Is there anything else I need to do here? I don't like being in this area at all. We're gonna go. Alright. We gotta go back to Kyoto Station and... yeah. Alright, well... that was unpleasant, but now we know that Mr. Hirata... well, we don't know that Mr. Hirata didn't do it. We just know that Mr. Hirata is now dead. That's unfortunate. It was creepy, and I did not enjoy it, but let's go back to Kobe. Alright, so let's go back to the police station. We'll call Yukiko in and let her know what happened to her dad. The results of Mr. Hirata's autopsy are in. His time of death has been put at 1 p.m. on the 17th. This means he was dead before Kozo died. You see, Yasu? That's why I didn't close the case. And in fact, if you do close the case, you get a bad ending. So there are game overs, just not the kind you think of. So yeah, that's why I didn't close the case. There's actually a couple of fake outs like that. Like, I think the same thing would have happened with Toshi. Also, I just remember we didn't do this. There's a joke you can do where you can just, if you dial 000 and you get Lika. Where is she?
I'm Lika. Thanks for calling. Do you know what? I think Kawamura is the criminal after all.
So, like, this person will point you towards various suspects. So, like, if we had called her back before we knew about Toshi, she would have been like, I think Toshi did it. And if we called her before we found out the unfortunate end of Mr. Harada, she would have been like, I think Mr. Harada did it. And now she's on to Kawamura. So, presumably, our next suspect of interest is Kawamura. No, not you. Let's see. I want to call out Yukiko, let her know what happened to her dad. Alright, ask about your dad.
My dad's such an idiot. I mean, he didn't have to go kill himself.
Oh, Yasu feels it. Yasu's a caring, sympathetic, you know, sort of derpy looking man. Tell me again about Kozo. Because I'm guessing you hate him now, right?
You are so boring. Don't you have anything else to talk about?
Let me ask you about your alibi again.
Uh-huh. I was at home.
Do you have anyone that can corroborate that? Anyone at all? Anyone at all? Your alibi.
Boss, on the night of the murder, a neighbor saw Yukiko going out. Her story about being at home was a lie.
I thought you were the one that told me it was truthful. Alright, lady. Tell me about your alibi again.
Uh-huh. I was at home.
But there was someone who saw you leave your house that night. And we also have that ring.
Alright, I'll talk. At about 7 o'clock that night, I went to that mansion. I wanted to ask Mr. Yamakawa if he'd be...
let's see. Yeah. Yamakawa is Kozo. Yeah, Kozo Yamakawa. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, Yamakawa and, was it Kawamura, are similar in my head. Anyway.
If he'd be willing to lend my dad just a bit more cash. My dad had borrowed money from other places, too, and they were even worse when it came to collection. When I talked to Mr. Kawamura Kawamura again. When I talked to Mr. Yamakawa about this, he agreed to lend us some more.
Wow, this means Kozo wasn't responsible for Mr. Harada's suicide. It's becoming difficult for me to understand the character of this man, Kozo. Boss?
Yeah, it's a little mysterious. Well, theorize a little bit. Tell me about Kozo. No, I don't think so. Theorize about Yukiko.
Her father killed himself because of debts. There's no doubt she resented that. I think I know how she feels.
Aw, Yasu's like, he feels for these people. Alright, what else we got? Oh, Mr. Harada.
Mr. Harada's time of death was prior to Kozo's time of death, so yeah, he didn't do it.
I guess I only ever theorize about, like, death. So, well, do I have anything to investigate? I still don't know where Kawamura lives, unfortunately. What if I'm really mean? Can I be really mean? Oh, I actually can't show. I was gonna show her the note, and she was gonna be like all sad. As anyone would be, I imagine. As anyone would be. So we still don't know where... we gotta find Kawamura. Let's go back to the mansion. I guess we could try and talk to Okoi again. Because I don't know anywhere to really look for, Kawamura. Let's try Shinkaichi again. Look for Kawamura. Alright. Well, let's call in Okoi. Oh, okay. Well, hang on. She called us. I was just told that Okoi just. Sorry, I'll start over. I was told that Okoi just now called in with a tip saying that Mr. Kawamura is at the I'm bad at this one. Sumire Apartments right now. I got through it eventually. All right, let's go there. We're going to the Sumire Apartments. Let's go. Oh. Well. 2 in 1 go. We're now at the Sumire Apartments. What in the world? It's Mr. Kawamura. He's dead. He gave up, realizing there was no more running, and chose suicide. A disappointing end. The case has been solved. Please command me to close this case. Boss? Why are you trying to jump the gun so much, Yasu? Come on. We don't know anything about this. We haven't even investigated. Let's investigate thing. Dead body. The body is still warm. I don't think it's been very long since death. Alright. Cause of death. How'd he die? Wasn't stabbed in the neck with a knife. The same MO as the Kozo's case. Alright. What about this room? There was no sign of theft or vandalism. But was the door forced? Alright, can you... Let's see, magnifying glass. What about the windows? Oh, look at this! Nah, just kidding. I didn't find anything. I want you to look at... Was the window forced? Freaking Yasu. Come on, Yasu. Was the door forced? Alright. So does this make sense? Well, I can tell you one thing. The perspective in this room does not... this scene does not make sense at all. But it sort of looks like... It sort of looks like Kawamura's body is like... It honestly just sort of looks like Kawamura is laying on like a red pillow on like a hill. It does not look at all like what it's supposed to look like. Anyway, does it make any sense for Kawamura to have done this? Theorize. Yasu, why do you think Kawamura did it? Now even Mr. Kawamura was found dead, so who on earth is the criminal? Why would Kawamura have killed himself if... Like, he wouldn't have had any reason to kill Kozo, because Kozo owed him money. Kozo couldn't have killed him because Kozo's dead, and this body is still warm. It's a fresh corpse. That's a grim way to say that. And yeah, we're out of suspects. The heck am I gonna do now? Well, go to the police station. The only other people we can talk to, we still have Fumie, and we have, what's his name? The security guard. Let's call in the security guard. Here's Mr. Komiya. Do I have anything I can show you? Do you recognize this lighter? Oh, okay. So I guess if we showed that to him, we could have found out earlier, but I inferred it instead. All right. Let me talk to you about Kozo.
It's true that lots of people hated that man, but sir, I'm grateful to him. He gave an old man like me a job.
What's your alibi again?
I went out for a drink, and worse, I'd forgotten to lock the door.
So in other words, anyone could have walked in. Great. Oh boy. Oh, I'm up against time. Okay. Well, this was a rather grim episode, so again, apologies if the imagery disturbed anyone, but, it is a murder game. So, and now it is officially a serial murder case, because multiple people have died. So, in the next episode, I guess we'll investigate Fumie, because she is like the only other person we can even place at the scene of the crime. So, hope you'll come back and join me as I twist in the wind. I'm MoeChicken. This is the Portopia Serial Murder Case. It's getting quite difficult now. Thanks for stopping by.